that had not either separated or were not married. How can you teach on success in marriage if you've been divorced 3 times or married 3 times? How can you talk about divorce, and how can you talk on that issue? So I had a problem. I managed to get someone, but I realised just how hard it was. And yet you watch the Christian channel on television, and you'll find out. And I'm not here to name names. That's not what I'm dealing with. Principles here, not personalities. So I'm not here. We're not here to gossip and that kind of thing. But they'd be surprised how many. Now I'm not criticising them, because it's only by God's grace that our marriage has stayed for 31 years. And it's not in anything that I did or anything that Sheila did. It's all of God, and I give God all the glory and all the praise for it. It's not because I'm such a wonderful person. But that might be true. Okay. In order to combat that, some churches, there's an Elim Pentecostal church in Ilford, that have decided, and I totally agree with them, that they're organising marriage seminars 4 times a year for people getting married. And they will not marry anybody in the church unless they attend those seminars. Would you let somebody take you for a ride in a car who's never passed their driving test? Would you get on an aeroplane to go to America and say, well, that's okay, I haven't passed the test, but I'll do the best I can? You wouldn't even buy a computer and go on it without some kind of training, either self-training or getting a friend to train you and try to learn. And yet, how likely do men and women take a commitment to life less seriously than they do about a driving test? Some people will spend more time trying to get a recipe for a cake right than they do trying to get their marriage right. And so this church has decided, because if you're going to get married, you need to know what you're getting in, what you're getting involved in. So we need to get rid of some stupid ideas. If our marriage is going to be successful, we're going to have to get rid of some stupid ideas. What is the first ridiculous idea? How many of you heard this one? I'm not getting married, I'm married to Jesus. Anyone ever heard anyone say that? I'm married to Jesus. No, you're not married to Jesus. The wedding feast has not taken place yet. There's going to come a time, yes, when the marriage will take place, and I will be part of the bride, as we'll all be part of the bride. But that wedding has not taken place yet. You're not married to Jesus yet, you're just engaged. You're not married to him. He's taken a bride. If you're already married to Jesus now, then he can't take a bride in the future. Okay, the second one is Jesus is all I need. You ever heard that one? Well, he's all I need. People sing that song, he's all I need, he's all I need. Jesus is all I need. I don't need a husband, I don't need a wife, I don't need to belong to a part of a church, I don't need to be in fellowship, he's all I need. Well, it might be a wonderful song, but it's bad theology. It's true that as far as our salvation is concerned, it's by grace alone, through Christ alone, to the glory of God alone. That is correct. But Jesus never did say that we are all that he's all, and neither did God. Jesus is God, by the way. But God never did say, when God made Adam, all Adam had was God. And yet God said, it's not good for man to be alone. Now, if it was right that he's all we need, well, then he had God. But God said he was alone. We need each other. That's why we must not forsake the gathering of ourselves together. Genesis 2:18, and the Lord said, "It's not good for man to be alone. I will make him an helpmate." And then in Hebrews 10:25, it talks about us as the church, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together as the manner of some, but exalting one another, so much more as you see the day approaching. The whole teaching of the New Testament is that we need each other. It's not all we need. That is bad theology. Might be a lovely song. If you're talking about as far as your salvation is concerned, that's true. Because there is salvation in no other. There is no other name given under heaven whereby we may be saved. Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father but by me." There is no other way of salvation. But you are not saved to be alone. You are brought into a church to fellowship one with another, to be into submission to other people. And believe me, we need each other. I need you and you need me. We may not like each other, but we need each other. I may not like the man who makes the electric, but I need him to get the electric. I may not like the man in the garage, but I still need him to get the petrol. We need each other. The first thing that God told man to do when he made man, what was the first thing he said? Anyone tell me?
It is very good.
No, what did he tell man? That's it. Most people say don't eat the forbidden fruit, but no. The first thing was, before they sinned, was to be fruitful and multiply. Sex is not dirty. Sex is clean, it is holy, it's pure. God made it to be, God wanted us to enjoy sex. And he told us to go forth and multiply. But notice the ones that he told to multiply were the ones that he made man and wife. And that's how it should always be. Right, thing is now, finding the right partner. Finding the right partner. First of all, I get so many people saying, "I'm looking for the perfect man." Well, don't waste your time. My wife already married him. You won't find the perfect man any more than you're going to find the perfect church. As I always tell people, if you find the perfect church, don't join it. Because the moment you join it, it won't be perfect no more. Churches are made up of people like you and I. We've all got our good points, we've all got our bad points, and we are being moulded in the image of God. You've got imperfect pastors, imperfect congregation, people that are being made perfect, being brought into the knowledge of God. So basically, well, someone said, "Well, I'd like to be in a church like they had in the early church." Oh yeah, where they were getting drunk at the communion service, where they were taking each other to court, when one was sleeping with his father's wife, where they were arguing about whether they should be circumcised or not circumcised. Some people need to go and read these so-called perfect churches in the New Testament. They were not perfect, they had problems. And there ain't a perfect church today. But because the wheat and the tears will grow together. But there are people that are being moulded into the image of God, who are being perfected, who God is dealing with. And I don't know about you, but he's still dealing with me. And I guess he's still dealing with you. Now I got a better idea. Instead of looking for the perfect man, instead of looking for the perfect wife, concentrate on being the perfect person. Because if ever you find the perfect man, you will not be compatible because you're less than perfect yourself. So what you need to do is, rather than look for the perfect wife, concentrate on being the perfect husband.